All right, welcome back to another 5 minutes lesson in Excel. In this particular lesson, we want to take a revisit of the Vlookup function just to make sure that you understand it. It's one of those functions that normally gives students a little bit of issue to understand. So I thought a second example will help. And it also gives you a chance to refresh on some of the stuff we did earlier, right? So I'm going to ask you to, when I place the worksheet on the screen, to hit that pause button, get the worksheet typed up, and see if you can work it out on your own at the beginning, right? So this is what our worksheet look like. So hit the pause button, get it typed up, see if you can figure out how to use the VLOOKUP and do all the rest of formatting that we did in our previous lesson to get this done. Once you're finished, unpause it and I'll show you how this can be done very easily using Excel. So we have our data typed up. One of the first things we want to do is just deal with basic formatting. So I'm going to do that quickly by, I like the highlighting using the black and white simply because most of my printers that I use are laser printers and they'll print in black anyway. So I'll select that, remember center and merge. I can name this data like we did earlier. I'm going to call this address, press the enter key. I think I got it right. You can select it and you'll notice the name again. Oh, I didn't, so it selected something else. Oh, I already used the name address, so I'm calling this then, and let's call it addresses. All right. Categories, I'll also center and merge. You can see we could do this in under 5 minutes. I'll name this also. Let me just call this cut for short. And deposits here, I will center and merge, right? And then I'll go through my regular formatting that I normally do, which is applying borders around my different work area. It's kind of standard for me. And then the filling of the colors that I would classify as heading. Now remember that you can also fill in these using the cell style like we did I think in lesson 2. All right, so we want to look up the category and we want category returned from this area here, right? So we will look up this part in category and return column number 3. So if you did that, that means you have it right. So remember, you were supposed to first, if you decided that you'll use absolute cell reference, that's fine, but it's easier for you to name the range. So if you name the range, like we did before, I call this by the name addresses, and I call this one by the name cut, right? If you gave it whatever name you gave it, that's fine. It means you're on the right track. Now, in here, you would type in equal, VLOOKUP, open bracket. I want to look up this value, which is in F5, and I want to look for that in cut, right? So if you remember, I call mine cut. You might have some different name that you're using, and I want to return column number 3. Good. So you guys are on the right track. Now, this works, and this works because our data here is already in alphabetical order. So remember that. So it means that if I'm doing address, what's maybe one of the first thing I should do? Yeah, I should place this in alphabetical order, right? And so we can select that and choose filter. Let's do a custom and column A, values A to Z, that's fine. And so this is now in alphabetical order, so I'm fine. I know that when I apply my function, it should work, right? In address, we'll type in equal VLOOKUP. And remember, I gave mine a name already. So we're looking for the name Bob. So you pick something that you want to reference to, right? So we're looking for the name Bob, which is in E5. And we're checking this range. I can select it and it gives me the name, just in case you don't remember the name that's there, comma, and I want to return again column number 3. Now it's column number 3. Why? Because this is column number 1, column number 2, column number 3. If I wanted to just return the abbreviations for the different districts, then I would choose column number 2. In this case, I want the actual street address, so I do column number 3. And then, of course, we can autofill this down now, and it gives us all the rest of the data, right? And then you guys know how to fill in the rest of the data there for total, max, min, and average. So in under 5 minutes, we looked up data from another table and filled it into our table that we're using. So I hope you guys had fun with this. I hope you got the worksheet correct. Review what we have done here as we move forward. I'm hoping that you're learning a lot from these various lessons.